With the Escourt, you're going to be in different locations. You're going to have an area you're working from. So from one point, you'll be moving patients. That's your job, is to move patients and then back to your point. Depending on where you're at, that's going to be different. We'll adapt to that as we get there. Things to watch for people that needing smoke breaks and bathroom breaks. You hold their chart, their clipboards, so you know they'll come back to you usually. Smoke breaks, 20 minutes is their limit. If it goes past that too far, they may have left. Some people get scared. So take your chart back to exit interview and they'll check them out and get that taken care of. Things to watch for as you're moving around is patients moving by themselves without an escort or a doctor. You're supposed to have somebody all the time. Some will want to go on their own. Some people just don't know and they're just walking to go to the bathroom or whatever it is. Catch them. If you're with the patient already, take care of them, but take the other one with you and then take care of whatever they need to take care of or get them to somebody that can. As the patients start moving through the clinic, there's going to be some ebb and flow to the patient load and how much you're needed to be moving patients, but you're always needed here. It's important to be here. We appreciate you being here. Even if you're just standing there, it's important because we're going to need you later. People get bored, they think they're not helping and they leave or they don't tell you when you're left hanging. Bang. So trying to enforce that. Something I tried to start today, I couldn't do it because it wasn't, the format's kind of screwy, is having a list of who's supposed to be there, and when they get there, I check their name off so they know I know they're here. If they don't know that I know they're here, they're more likely to leave. So it's just a little bit of accountability. They're volunteering, we love that, but just some of that name kind of thing would kind of keep them here, I think.
So in other words, if they don't perceive that they're busy, they just might take off.
Especially if they don't know that I know who they are and that they're here.
Okay.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're the one that decides what area they're supposed to be going to and who needs it.
Yeah, I don't know if I collaboratively just decide with the other leagues where they're needed, how many they need, how many they want compared to what they actually need. I need to figure out there's needs other places. This weekend we were short escorts for most of the time, so it's a lot of shuffling. And as if the slow gap in the triage will move through the whole clinic is that slow gap. So you have an extra need of escorts in some areas, and that's kind of moves through. So adjusting for that as it goes. Makes sense? Other than X-ray got slow because they're down in X-ray tech, and so we had slowness affecting and giving extra escorts in fillings or something like that to kind of adjust.
And so what kind of numbers do you have here? Do you know?
I tried to. This is the first year they've done patient escort lead here, and so it was a little rough. People were supposed to be here at 5:30. They would show up from between 5 and 6:30, and so I was doing multiple orientations with each shift change. Really inefficient, and because of that, I'm moving people around, and then I'd have not enough people because people left for their shift. Anyway, all of that I was not able to keep track of how many people actually showed up. Best guess, probably about 70%, 75% of them showed up, and probably a third of those left early without saying anything. So, best guess.
So anything you do different?
Well, efficiency with escorts, like the line at routing, if you saw that yesterday, they had an escort waiting with each patient. So we changed that this morning.
Okay.
And then I changed, if you saw, from triage to X-ray, and then from X-ray over to routing. So I had the escort take them from triage to X-ray, and then go to the X-ray escort line and take them back to routing, instead of going there and then back to their spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Things like that gave me more escorts to use. Other problem was doctors being used to taking an escort, so they'll grab them and have them go do something else. They'll retask them or start using them as a runner instead of an escort. But then you get, like, sterilization was down, volunteers, and so we get patients in with a Hep B shot. We put them in sterilization, so that'd be down escorts because they're needed other places. So a lot of that kind of hubbub. And it works out in the long run, it's just adds a layer of complication.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.